2003 MG ZR. As you can see, it's finished in lovely British Grayson green. It's got the correct original wheels on it, which have just been refurbed. It's the 1.4 twin cam model. Mileage is really sensible on this one. Let's just double check before we start. 32,265 miles. Really, really low. Been through some really good ownership by the looks of things. It's obviously never been through anyone that's sort of cut any corners, but we'll start by having a look at the bodywork. If you check the description, we'll detail everything we've got in the way of history, things like that. If you look down this driver's side, you can see lovely and straight, no ripples or anything going down the side of the car. This front wing, we've got a very small little mark just there on the top of the wing. You'll get quite close to notice it. Arch itself, lovely and clean all the way around. Like I say, the wheels have just been refurbed. You've got your matching centre caps. They're in the correct sort of, I think you call it shadow chrome. 4 matching tyres on it. Even the bits in here where the body kit meets aside, that's normally sort of chewed apart with stone chips, but that's lovely and clean. And again, the inside of the wings, although it's dark, you can see lovely and clean and tidy. If we have a look down this, so there's obviously you've got a silk cover, but it's again lovely and clean all the way down. Really, really good. And if we have a look underneath the cars, obviously been really well cared for. It's not been out in the snow and the salt by the looks of things. Really, really good. That silk cover on the top's all nice as well. Driver's door, we've got a very faint scratch there. Very faint. But I am being very picky with that. And you've got a very light mark just on the wing there. That does actually look like it would polish out as well, to be fair. Coming up onto the roof. Again, the roof lovely and straight. Being really picky, we've got a light mark there just from where bird poo's been left on too long. Again, that would probably polish out. All around the sunroof. Lovely and clean all the way around. This rear quarter, nice and tidy. You've got one little mark on the edge of the door there. Rear quarter, really, really good. Again, nice and straight, as you can see. Rear arch, nice all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre. And again, you can have a good look in there. Lovely and clean all the way around. If we have a look from this side. Really nice and straight. Round up the back. Both lights. Lovely and bright. No sign of any moisture, any cracking or anything in those. Round the rear screen. Is nice all the way around. Spoiler's nice and tidy as well. Quite often they get damaged or marked. It's actually, when you look at it, they're quite a big spoiler, those things. Heated rear screen. Tailgate itself, nice and clean. Again, normally here would be sort of caked in scratches, but that's really good. Both bumper corners are really nice and tidy. The exhaust sits nice and straight. The underside is good. And again, we can have a good look underneath there. You can see nice and clean. And then moving on to the passenger side, if we look down the side, lovely and straight, but you can notice there's just a tiny little ding just there. If we move the camera around, actually you can't see it, but it is there. You'll have to trust me. Just see it. Can we see it? Ever so slightly. But it is something you can see from here, so it's worth pointing it out. Rear arch, lovely and clean all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre. It's rear quarter. Nice and tidy all the way along. Have a look at the sill cover on this side. Again, same story, really, really good all the way down. Passenger door. Yeah, I'm really struggling to get that ding to show up on the camera. It's barely anything, but I would rather point it out than not. Front arch. Lovely and clean all the way around. Another good wheel and tyre. So you got these cum hose all round. Round on the front, and it's the first one I've seen in ages that doesn't need the headlights polishing. They're really good. Nice and clean. It's missing the clips from the grille on the bottom there, so they've been cable tied in just to hold them in. At least they've got the trouble of using green ones. Relatively easy fix that. You get yourself a couple of new clips from eBay. And we've got a little mark just here on the bumper. Other than that, really, really good. No sign of any real stone chips along the front here. One there, if we're going to be particularly picky. And one there, but that's about it. Rest of the bonnet, lovely and straight. All the same colour green, so it's not had any ropey paint jobs or anything like that. Amazingly, the badge isn't faded. Normally they've sort of peeled and gone by now. All the plastics. Lovely and dark, not dried out or anything like that. It really has been well cared for, obviously. Driver's door, nice and clean on the inside. And you've got this half leather interior. Tiny little bit of wear down the bottom there, but very little really. All the black is nice and dark, nice and clean. Carpet set obviously being black as well. Lovely, there's no ingrained dirt or anything in there. Door checks are nice. You've got your correct commission number badge there as well. Backs of the seats are lovely. Rear bench doesn't look like it's been used at all, to be fair. These things do suffer from saggy headliner, but this one is nice, as you can see. Sunroof car, we've got the visor there as well. Nice and clean on the steering wheel. And again, just to show you, 32,265 miles on the clock. If you check the description, we'll detail what it's got in the way of service history, things like that. Around there is nice and tidy. Front fogs, as you can see. It's got a JVC head unit, but from memory, they didn't have a Rover unit in them, I don't think. I'll double check, but yeah, so it's got a JVC at the minute. Someone might be able to tell me a bit better than I can. But from memory, I think they came with something like that anyway. Might be wrong. I think the boot, you've got your parcel shelf all nice and clean as well. Massive boot for these things. And then under here you've got what would have been a spare wheel, but obviously it's not an option on this one. Boot floor and everything's nice and clean. Got a cloth there to stop the jack rattling, but the jack's there as well. Again, no sign of any moisture, no sign of any sort of corrosion or anything coming through. It's all nice and clean. Again, passenger side door card, nice and tidy. Passenger seat, no real sign of any wear at all. Carpet set nice and dark on this side. Lovely and clean along the dash. Having to be really picky to sort of find any faults with this thing, it's lovely. And then under the bonnet, you have to excuse the dodgy camera work, we'll get this bonnet pinned up. There we go. Like I say, 1.4. Twin cam, lovely little engine, nice light car. Always remember these things driving really well, handling so well as well. They were just so much lighter than everything else. If you put this compared to the equivalent Cooper S, it'd be amazing to see the difference. So around the struts and everything, lovely and clean. VIN number all nice and visible there. On the strut top and inner wing, all really good all the way around. It's not dropping any fluid on the floor. Nice and tidy. We'll get it started up. It does still have its original Rover key fob and immobilizer. Hit the button, obviously the light goes out. Start on the button. No sign of any fluid or anything flying out the back there. Lovely and smooth at the front. And again, because the engine is, I know we're going to get the questions, but look at the coolant. Lovely and clean. So, no sign of any head gasket issues. We ran it early on up to temperature and left it for about 10 minutes. Perfect temperature, no sign of any oil in the water or vice versa. No milkiness under the cap. If you check the description, we'll detail all we know as far as service history goes. You can come and view the car anytime you want, just let us know and we'll get you booked in. Or if you can't get to us, again, let us know. We can do video calls, we can send you more photos, more videos, whatever you need. Just let us know, thank you.